Hi YouTube, this is Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. Today's video is about April empties. I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but I did have some goals for 2020. And one of those goals was to reduce the amount of items or the number of items that I own when it comes to skincare and makeup and beauty in general. So every month so far I've been tracking how many things have left my collection, either through being used up, being thrown away, or being gifted or donated, and then how many items entered. I didn't do a starting inventory, I'm not going to do an ending inventory. My overall goal is to have more things leave my collection versus enter it throughout the year, and therefore mathematically the end result should be that my collection, or my inventory rather, has been reduced. So far in 2020 I haven't bought anything skincare or makeup related at all. I did receive certain items either as PR or as gifts, so I still had some ins. In April, however, I had absolutely nothing enter my life as far as beauty goes, and I had 21 things leave. I don't cover sheet masks in my empties videos unless it's something just extraordinary or just really interesting. I do post those reviews on my Instagram at KBeautyHobbit. I am just going to focus on more full-size items and things that are not sheet mask related. These are in no particular order. The first one is a foaming cleanser by Aprilskin. It's from their Real Calendula line. I've talked about a couple products on my channel before. I had this cleanser, and then I had their peeling pads, which are really more like toner pads. This is a wonderful foaming cleanser, very gentle, wasn't stripping, had a faint scent, nothing unpleasant, nothing too intrusive, foamed really well, easy to use, it lasted a long time. I don't think I've ever owned a foaming cleanser that came in a packaging like this that was see-through. And if you look on here, you can see how this is kind of opaque, translucent. I really enjoyed that a lot more than I thought. I tend to overbuy skincare for obvious reasons of being a blogger, but also because I think that I am way lower on my items than I actually am. So I think when maybe my foaming cleansers get to about here or so, I start to think I need to buy one, but it takes a long time to get from here to the bottom. And in this type of packaging, it was very, very easy to see exactly how much I had left and exactly how everything was going there. So I really appreciated that a lot more than I thought I would. I never thought of this type of packaging to be anything other than just aesthetically pleasing marketing, or just like a product design feature, but really it's kind of useful. My next empty is a Purito Snail Repair Advanced Serum. Came in this little pump bottle. This is, I think, my second, maybe even third bottle of this. I owned the original one way back in the day, before Purito was a big known brand, before people like Gothamista ever mentioned it. I was buying their products. They only had, I think, 3 in their lineup at the time. Their packaging looked similar, but they had these stickers that they put on instead of labels. Now it's all printed. Now they've kind of gotten cooler and more well known, and it's a widely recognized name. They've expanded their lineup, but the original version of this product was one of their very first things, and it's a Snail Serum, which is the snail filtrate, is a very, very popular ingredient in Korean skincare. I think most people, even if they know nothing about K-beauty, they've at least heard that K-beauty uses snails. So that was, I think, my very first snail product, the original bottle of this. And this is the updated version. As far as I remember, the ingredients are actually exactly the same. The only thing that changed is the packaging style. It just looks a little bit more polished now and a little bit more professional, not so much startup. It's a wonderful product. I love Centella for blemish control and redness control, but snail would be a close second. So if I have a breakout, or if I had a breakout, or some kind of redness or irritation, this would be a close second to their Centella unscented serum that I currently have. That's still pretty full. So it was a really nice product. It has hyaluronic acid and panthenol in it, and it strengthens skin barrier. Very nice to use. Doesn't really have a scent. It's not specifically unscented. I don't know if it has fragrance in the ingredients list. I can't remember anymore. I do have a review for this on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com. I'll put a link in the description box. Anyway, there was no detectable scent, and it absorbed rather quickly, wasn't sticky, wasn't heavy, could be used morning or night. Just a really nice product, and if you've never used anything with snail, this would be a really good thing to try. I think it tends to work for most people, and I think most people tend to like it. Another cleanser here, I'm going to butcher the name, but that's okay. It's Oseque Cyber Shine Bubble Mask Cleanser. I have talked about this definitely on my Instagram. I don't remember if I mentioned it on my channel. Yes, I think I did when I went through my entire bathroom collection, my 45 items that were living all on my sink. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. If anything, it'll probably feel like, it will make you feel like your own collection, even if it's slightly inflated, is probably reasonable compared to all of that. This is like a single step or a 2-in-1 cleanser. It starts out as a clear gel with tiny blue specks of something in it, and it's applied to a dry face, and then it bubbles on there, and you can add water afterwards. Everything emulsifies, becomes a foaming cleanser, and takes everything off. So this one step, it replaces a cleansing oil and a foaming cleanser. I really like this. This was sent to me as a gift from a distributor of this brand. I really loved it. I think I would actually buy this, and if I didn't have such an oversupply of currently items that I'm using, I probably would go ahead and buy it, because this was really awesome, especially right now in isolation. I am only putting on makeup really to do these videos. Other than that, I am going makeup free most days. I am still using SPF all the time. If you want to know why, check out my SPF video. I will put a link in the description box if I remember, and if not, you can find it on my channel. Anyway, SPF still needs to be removed with some sort of oil cleanser or 2-in-1 cleanser. But since I'm not wearing any makeup most days and no eye makeup, this was an easier, simpler one-step choice versus using an oil and then a foaming cleanser. So I went through this, I wouldn't say quickly, but probably faster than I would have without isolation, because this was my preferred cleanser. I just kept reaching for it, and I used it almost every evening. Just very easy to use, doesn't over dry the skin, just really awesome, and it's fun. The bubbles are fun. Here's a brand that I don't see mentioned very often, and I'm not sure why. It's a really great brand, but I just haven't seen a lot about it, so this might be new to you. It's called LUOKI is the brand, Lucid Key of Beauty. The product is Nordic Glacier Water Sleeping Pack, and this was just a lovely sleeping mask, gel texture. It's made with glacier water, which makes me kind of giggle that a Russian person living in the United States ordered something made in Korea of glacial water that is definitely not from Korea. Anyway, globalization, here we come. The cool thing about this is empty now, obviously. I actually left, it looks like there's a little bit on the edges. You can kind of see the texture. Again, I have a review and pictures on my blog. The cool thing about it is it's glass packaging, and I love glass packaging. There's just something about it immediately. Almost any product you put in glass, I'll automatically think highly of it. I try not to have those biases, but there's just something about glass that makes me feel like the product is special and that it's just higher end than maybe some plastic packaged products. It's just a personal preference. I love glass. This mask is interesting. Typically, or at least most of the evening sleeping masks that I've tried, they are applied after all of your skincare. So cleanse and then tone, essence, serum, ampule, all of those things, and then the mask. This one, however, is applied right after toner, and it is just so full of different beneficial components and ingredients that it really does work better if it goes on right after toner. That way all of those things are more in direct contact with your skin versus putting this on top of layers and layers of other skincare. And I had a very good luck with this. It's just very hydrating, plumping, nourishing without being heavy and without being sticky. Just a very pleasant mask. If you are not careful and apply too thick of a layer. It can be a little bit tacky while it gets absorbed, but by morning all of that is gone away, and it nicely, very nicely plumps up all the fine lines. It had a bit of a scent, nothing too robust. I honestly can't remember it anymore that well. Yeah, there's just a little bit of a scent. It's slightly citrusy. I'm very bad at describing scents, but it's not overwhelming. Just a very nice product. I think this brand is definitely worth looking into. I also have their cleansing water that I'm slowly but surely using up. It's a giant bottle. So I've now had 2 products by this brand, and both have been really nice. Maybe you didn't know about that LUOKI brand, but this thing you probably have seen. I think every single blogger has talked about it and written about it, and so many people rave about it. This is the Klairs Supple Preparation Unscented Toner. I chose the unscented version because I prefer unscented if it's available. Just a personal preference. I like products that don't smell like anything. I don't always enjoy the scents of things, so instead of risking buying something that maybe I don't love the scent of, I just go for unscented versions. I think it's super cool though of Klairs as a company to release this. This was released by consumer demand. The original version of this toner has a different looking bottle. It's the same shape, but the label is a different color, and people were having reactions to it because it has some essential oils in it. And essential oils, while natural, can be sensitizing, and some people with sensitive skin can have poor reactions to them. So the brand listened to consumer feedback and released this unscented version. It is absolutely lovely. If you've never heard of this, I would encourage you to look into it, especially if you've never used a toner like this. It is slightly thicker in texture, not quite gel-like, but it's definitely thicker than the watery toners. Very luxurious feeling, just a pleasure to apply to the skin, just kind of glides on. If you do 7 skins method, which is a method of applying multiple layers of toner until your skin more or less can't take anymore or doesn't want to take anymore, until your skin is very, very, very plumped up and hydrated. With something like this, with a texture like that, it only takes me a couple skins or a couple layers, definitely not 7. So it's nice and economical. This lasted me quite a long time, and I really loved it. There's only one toner of this type and texture that I enjoy more than this, and it's an Isntree hyaluronic acid toner, which in my opinion doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Everybody always focuses on Klairs, and Klairs is the more well-known one, but the Isntree hyaluronic acid toner is my personal favorite. However, this one is a close second. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. It's a great starter toner. Should probably work for all skin types, I would think. On my combination skin, it wasn't heavy, it wasn't too much, but it's very, very hydrating. For a bit of a different product, not skincare but hair care, I have the Bepure Reborn Hair Tonic Shampoo. It's a giant bottle, 16.9 fluid ounces, 500 milliliters. This was sent to me in a PR box. I've talked about this on my channel before in a fails video. There's nothing wrong with this as a shampoo. It does a great job cleansing the hair. It doesn't strip it, doesn't make it oily or prone to damage or breakage. I really have had no issues with it as far as cleansing of the scalp and the hair roots goes. The reason this is a fail for me is the scent. It is overwhelmingly strong. And this came in a pack with a treatment, which is sort of a mix between a conditioner and a hair mask. It's kind of a thick, nourishing treatment. That one smells even worse. It is not just an unpleasant to me scent, which I understand is a matter of preference, but it's also incredibly strong. That's just my opinion. Obviously, like everything else, when I let my husband try this and then I asked him what he thought about the scent, he goes, "What scent?" So he couldn't care less about that, but when he showered and used this, I could smell it from across the house, I swear. So if you really like strong smelling products and strong smelling hair products, then you might enjoy it. I personally prefer unscented things or very lightly scented, and it's possible that because of that, I'm more sensitive to smell in general because I'm just not exposed to very strong aromas. So if you're somebody who's more mainstream and uses like plug-in air fresheners and enjoys that and likes candles that are scented and likes room sprays and maybe scented laundry detergents and those kinds of things, then perhaps this will just feel normal to you and you would enjoy it. But to me, scent wise, that was just a deal breaker. Based on that, I would not repurchase it. But as far as cleanser, it was fine, and we collectively with my husband still used it up, so it didn't go to waste. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was useful. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, or even if you didn't, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit the notification bell so that you could be mildly annoyed every time I release a new video. And just let me know what you think. How are you doing? Are you still in isolation? Are you guys coming out of isolation? My state of Nebraska, which is my t-shirt here, maybe you can see that, maybe not. By county, we're slowly going to start reopening starting May 4th, which I have some reservations about. Good thing I am not the one who has to make those decisions. All I can do is decide where I go or don't go and what I do or don't do. On that note, I hope you are staying healthy. I hope you are happy and relatively stress-free. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit. I will be doing a big unboxing on there in the stories next week. So this video is coming out on Saturday because I always post videos on Saturday mornings, or I try to. And then the following Monday, the very first Monday of May, I am expecting a big PR package, and I don't know what's inside of it, but I am going to do an unboxing in the Instagram stories at KBeautyHobbit, and then I will do lots and lots of reviews, first impressions, all those kinds of good things on Instagram. So head over there. Then you could also join my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics. We just hit 5,000 members very recently, and I'm super excited about that. There's lots of good information on there, not just from me, but from other members. People sharing their experiences, asking questions, offering their knowledge. There's so much in the world of Korean beauty, and I can't possibly try out all of it, but there are all these other people with their experiences and different age groups and different skin types, and it's just a lovely, lovely place. We don't allow any kind of self-promotion, spam, advertisement, whatever. It is very closely monitored by me. So I hope you come and join us and share your own experiences. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next Saturday. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much.